My house is definitely at sixes and sevens today. I have just been so busy with so many things. So today I'm going to do a reset. So I invite you to come along with me to clean with me as I get my house put back in order. And don't just watch me. I want you to put on your apron and get busy as well. So let's get it started. Before we get into it, this video is sponsored by Apron Diva. Pretty and practical, we believe that an apron can be a homemaker's best accessory. And when I need to do a Saturday reset, I always start in the kitchen because I feel like once the kitchen is under control, everything else is a lot more doable. So let's get the dishwasher unloaded and we'll go from there. I'm going to get dinner started now, and I'm just going to make something really simple. It's chicken and dumplings, and I'm actually going to cheat just a little bit because I'm getting started with a rotisserie chicken that I picked up at Kroger. I did get a comment from one of my viewers to ask if I could show how to make chicken and dumplings, so I'm going to show that real quick. So you may see this twice, but it'll be on this video, which is the collaboration of my Cook and Clean with Me that I'm doing with Sarah Pleasant, and then you may see another video by itself where all I'm doing is making the chicken and dumplings just so you can get a good close-up. So put a kitchen towel underneath your cutting board, and that keeps it from spinning all around. And let me just say that these chicken and dumpling meals are I'll say a meal extender. Let's say you needed to feed a whole family. You're a family of 6, 4 kids, 2 adults, and you only have 1 chicken. Cut that chicken up into 10 pieces. So there's 3 there. And I'm gonna cut the breast back combination in half. So here's 2 more pieces. So now I've got 5 pieces right here, and this thigh combination can be cut also. So I'm going to drop those into my pot. And of course, I'm using my Curtis Stone Dutch oven. And the same thing with this side. So now that I've got the chicken pieces in here, I'm going to add 6 cups of chicken broth. And I've got 4 cups in this carton here. And I'm working from my preps. I've been checking my Best By date. And this one has a March of 2022 on it, so I thought I better get started using some of these. And then I'm going to make 2 cups of broth with this Better Than Bouillon. I've got the turkey, the chicken, and the beef Better Than Bouillon base, and it makes it so good. But this particular one is Best By October 26th of 2021, so I need to get it used up too. It's almost used up, but I need to make that happen. So I'm going to make 2 cups of chicken broth with this. I need a bay leaf, so I'm going to drop that right in. And then this is the time that I actually put up myself. I really put up 2 or 3 jars, or 2 or 3 of these little spice jars at a time. I save my spice jars, like I usually buy McCormick. And then I save the jars. They make such nice little spice jars. So I feel like I'm getting 2 for the price of 1. So let's get this on the stove. And I'm going to just let it simmer there on the stove, for about 20-30 minutes. So I'm going to heat up this cup of water in the microwave, and then once it's hot, I'll add my Better Than Bouillon chicken base. You need to add 1 teaspoon to 1 cup of water to get a cup of broth. And so what I'll do is I'll add 2 teaspoons to this that's already hot, and then I'll add another cup of water just to get that done. And this Better Than base, oh my gosh, it makes the best, the most flavorful chicken broth, or turkey broth, or beef broth, or pork broth. Now we're going to pour this into the pot. And you can see we've got enough broth to cover, and I think I might add 1 more cup. One of the things that my young homemakers always say is they're not sure what order to go in. And one of the things you want to think about is what has to be cooked first, what takes the longest, what only takes a short time, that kind of thing. And the carrots and the celery will certainly take longer to get tender than it will take for the dumplings to cook. So while the chicken is simmering in the broth, I'll get the celery and the carrots prepped, then I'll get them into the broth so that they can start to cook and become tender, so that when everything is ready, I can drop the dumplings into the simmering broth, and then they'll cook, and then we can plate everything up. I think you guys are going to enjoy Sarah Pleasant. She's a young YouTuber that's just getting started, but she is doing some good things over there. I'm looking forward to seeing what she's cooking up. So when you're done here, be sure to go over there and check her out. So I believe in cleaning as you go. So I'm going to clean up this counter, these onion peels, and then I'm going to get the chicken out of the pot and into a dish and pull it off the bone so it can be cooling, and then I'll get ready to saute the veggies. Had to get a clean dish towel. Oh, let me show them to you. Look at this. It says Crazy Cat Lady on it. Aren't these cute? These are the other ones. This is the matching towel to that set. Look how delicious this looks. So now I'm going to take the meat and the bay leaf out of the pot and let the chicken cool. And once it's cooled, I'll shred it up. Now we'll strain the broth. Now I'm going to return the broth to the pot and set it over on the stove. Now one thing I do need to do is to taste the broth. I want to make sure that the soup's broth is amazing. Otherwise, if I need to add additional herbs, spices, or whatever, I want to do that now. So by the time I'm ready to add the dumplings, I know it's good to go. So let's give it a taste. The broth is delicious, so it doesn't need anything added. So now I'm going to go ahead, set it off to the side, and saute my veggies. And I'm going to let this come to a low simmer while I get the dumplings ready. I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of butter, and then I'm going to add a cup of heavy cream. And since I don't have heavy cream, I just have milk, I'm going to add some extra butter to my milk and butter combination to give that dumpling that extra fat that you need. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of chopped parsley and a teaspoon of chopped thyme. This is the extra butter fat that I'm putting in to make my heavy cream. And this is one of my favorite cups. Look at that, isn't that pretty? It's the Pioneer Woman measuring cup set. I'm going to bring this to a low simmer, and then I'll add it to the dry ingredients. Now we're going to give it a nice little stir with this rubber spatula, and we want to combine it until it's mixed. And then once it's all mixed, I'll form the dumplings. And dumplings are just little lumps. I'll just take a little ball of dough like this, and the baking powder in the dumplings help them to rise. Now this soup has been simmering for a little while, so the broth is nice and hot. You can see the steam rising off of it, so it's perfect to drop the dumplings in. And so I'm going to drop these dumplings in, just drop them down on top, one at a time. And then I'll cover them and let them just kind of simmer and cook for about 25-30 minutes. Now here's something else. If you don't want to make dumplings, you could just use any kind of pasta. You could use the gnocchi pasta, the potato dumplings. They're wonderful, and I could see them being really good in this. Or you could just use any kind of noodles, and then it would be more like a chicken noodle soup. This chicken and dumplings meal is supposed to serve 6. But if you've got smaller people or lighter eaters, it will probably serve 8. And then of course, you can have some green beans or something else on the side to extend it even more if you need to. And you could certainly do a meal with a vegetable soup with dumplings. Use a vegetable broth, vegetable stock, and then once it's all done, just make the dumplings and drop them on top should you want to do that. But we're doing chicken and dumplings around here. Here's what they're looking like now. So look at those dumplings. They're already expanding and rising. Just like bread dough, they're starting to rise. My husband can't wait. I went upstairs to do something and I came back down and I said, "Did you get into that pot?" He said, "No, but I did peek at it. It's smelling awfully good." Too bad we don't have smeller vision. So now I'm going to cover this and just let it simmer for about 25 minutes. And then I'll plate it up and let you take a look. Too bad you won't be able to get a taste. Okay, let's take a look. Woo. Look at those dumplings. My, oh my. Let's plate some of that up. All right, let's give it a taste. First thing I'm going to do is just taste the broth. The broth in this chicken and dumplings is absolutely amazing, and the dumplings added a natural thickness so that you've got a nice, thick, almost gravy-like broth. Now we'll taste the dumpling and the chicken. Delicious. The dumplings are nice and light. They're not heavy at all. Just delicious. Absolutely delicious. Let me cut one open for you. And this is how they're looking inside. They taste absolutely delicious. And this will make a perfect Sunday dinner. All you need to do to round everything out with this chicken and dumplings dish, you've already got carrots in it, so you could have a side dish of maybe some green beans, some collard greens if you're Southern style, cabbage, collard greens, green beans, lima beans, anything like that. Or of course, you can also have some corn or something like that. And then you need an apple pie on the side. To see more of my homemaking stories, click here. In the meantime, this is Denise Jordan saying, you are not done yet. Click on the link in the comment section below and check out another of our homemaking stories, and I will see you next time. Be sure to visit us at www.aprondiva.com.